Okay, this is oddly enough a video that's going to piss off some people on the far left and also make those same people smile all at the same time. We're going to talk about a conservative content creator. We're going to talk about landlords. We're going to talk about getting kicked out of your rental. We're going to talk about all of that in one, okay? First things first, before we get into it, no matter what you've heard of or seen on the internet, I am not a landlord and I never have been. I am not opposed to landlords. I don't like corporate landlords, but I'm not opposed to somebody in your neighborhood that worked their ass off buying a couple of rental properties to supplement their income and turning that into 10, 15, 20 houses. I don't have a problem with that. Having said that, I know a lot of people on the very far left do have a problem with that. And people on the far left have a problem with people that own those rental properties evicting people so that they could sell the property. It happened to our neighbor. The house immediately to our east, when we moved in here, that lady was a older couple, fantastic lady. They had lived there for 30 years as renters. Rented for 30 years. And when the market took off, the landlord kicked them out and sold the house because he wanted to profit off of that bump in the value in the houses. I'm going to show you an instance of a conservative content creator that is crying that that's happening to them right now. Now, I know that the people on the far left are going to go, ugh, landlords shouldn't be able to do that. While also going, you know what, good. I'm glad it happened to you, though. Maybe you've seen some of this content creator's work. She goes by Riz Alessi, I don't know. You can see her bio says she's surviving 2026. I don't know, she's a Trumper. You'd think she'd be thriving in 2026. She's done a ton of pro-Trump conservative content creation. To me, she's a bit of I don't know how quite to put it. She's mystical to me in that she is a lesbian, yet a Trumper, which doesn't make any sense to me. But, she posts stuff like this just to show you who she is. Now,
have Democrats forgotten that there's consequences to not passing bills like the Save America Act? Yes, ICE is at the airport because of y'all. People complaining about all this TSA shit. It's your fault. I got really dry mouth there for a minute.
So that's just to give you kind of an idea of who we're dealing with here. The Save America Act, the SAVE Act, has nothing to do with TSA agents. And the Democrats put forth 11 different bills to pay the TSA agents, all of which were voted down by Republicans. The Save America Act has to do with, oddly enough, potentially disenfranchising her if she were to ever get married and change her name and still try to vote in this country. But just the kind of level of mentality. Anyway, she's being kicked out of her apartment and she's asking for your help. And another content creator kind of put together a montage of her and the times that she's asked for help and when she says she doesn't like to ask for help and so forth and so on. Just here. Enjoy.
I didn't plan on making this video, but on Monday when we were on the second to last day of our vacation, we received a text from our landlord that go to Disney World. We have 30 days to get out of the house because get the fast passes. He's selling. With our kids, dogs, cats, finding a rental fast in our county is proving to be very difficult. At least one that's within our budget.
Hide the money, y'all! There's poor people around!
We were finally at a point where we could breathe a little bit. A couple months ago, I booked this Disney trip purely on faith. I knew at the time that I did not have the money to go financially. So here's the thing. After tickets, travel, all of that, the budget's tight. And then this hit. I am someone who prides myself on figuring things out. So here's where you guys come in. I know so many of you already shop the TikTok shop. And it would mean the absolute world to me because every dime from my TikTok shop is going to go to spending money for my kids in Disney. And I have asked for help here and there in the past.
I'm getting on here and asking TikTok if anybody knows someone who buys houses and rents them out to people who, like, would be indebted to you forever to get us out of this house so that we can get our kids back.
That's why we came on here, Lisa.
Also the time you begged for people to pay for a lawyer.
Well, if you want to donate to our GoFundMe with that Kohl's cash, that would be greatly appreciated. And for people that support us on TikTok to come together and buy like half of our wish list already, I am beyond floored. But that's if we can continue paying them. So hopefully, they can get it started and we can keep going with this GoFundMe and whatnot. Right now, if I'm being honest,
we could use a little help.
And you feel led to support us while we secure a new place, I will leave ways to do that in the caption. Either way, we're going to land on our feet. We always do.
Here's the way I look at it. I always hate to hear when somebody's renting and they are given a short notice to get out. 30 days is the law. I think it's still a short period of time to get out, but it is the law. I don't like hearing that people lose their place that quickly. When it comes to you, I don't really give a shit. People have been evicted from this country as a result of your vote and the politicians that you support. I don't fucking care that you're getting kicked out of your apartment. You guys are the ultra-capitalists, right? And I'm a capitalist too. I'm just saying, you guys are the ultra-capitalists. This is capitalism. This is how shit works. Oddly enough, what you keep asking for, and I'm not denying you the right, obviously, to go asking people for money. We all have to ask people for money at some point in time. There might come a point in time where I got to get out here and go, man, I need you guys to go to my GoFundMe, man. I got a problem. But you come on here asking people for money after you're talking about how things are tight and, just not in our budget, but you were just at Disney when you admitted you didn't have the money for it. I don't know. It sounds like you bring on a lot of your own fucking problems. And then you ask people to bail you out. And oddly enough, from an ultra-capitalistic standpoint, you sure do rely on a lot of fucking socialism there. You sure do rely on the generosity of others. And once again, we all need the generosity of others sometimes, but so do the people that the politicians you voted for need. They need the generosity of others, something that you didn't really give a shit about, did you? So you're getting kicked out of your place after you went on a Disney vacation that you can't afford. Allow me to collectively represent a significant chunk of my following by saying, oh fucking well.